So this is actually an impromptu video. I didn't have this planned out. I really didn't have it scripted, but I saw quite a bit of, we'll call it frustration on social media for probably like the last 30 to 45 days. And what has the issue been about? What's the controversy? I'm seeing a lot of people get very frustrated on several accounts, such as MyJewelersClub, such as AG Jewelers. There's been a few. And if you've been around the credit game for a while, you would have remembered a lot of these companies that I'm mentioning. I know there was Ox Publishing for a while that was recommended for quite a bit of time. They would be classified as your consumer financing type of low grade primary trade lines, where if you had very bad credit, or if you were just coming out of bankruptcy, or you needed to try to revitalize your credit profile or your credit score, these would be companies where you can just go ahead. You would purchase probably like a very low quality product. For My Jewelers and AG, for example, it was jewelry that you would probably get at your local mall. You would spend a flat fee and then you would pay it off after 2 or 3 months. And then those companies would post either a $5,000 or even a $10,000 primary trade line on your credit profile. And for a multitude of different reasons, when you're able to put a $5,000 or a $10,000 on your credit profile, you're able to see a quick boost in your credit score. Some people are able to see 40 points, 60 points, 80 points in a relatively small amount of time by putting on these accounts. And now, fast forward to early 2021, when I'm recording this video, now you're starting to see that a lot of those companies, again, My Jewelers Club, AG, now people are starting to see that they're no longer being reported on their credit profiles anymore. So they paid those companies the money for registration, they bought the product, and then now they check on their credit reports and they no longer see that $10,000 trade line reporting. Now everyone's frustrated, everyone is looking around, pointing fingers, thinking that, there's a scam. I just want to give my complete unbiased thought as it pertains to this business model, how the credit bureaus are looking at this entire situation, what I think is going on, and what I think is actually going to be the trend in the future. So first and foremost, I know My Jewelers Club, New Coast Direct, those companies have been around for quite a while, and I actually used both of those accounts back in my early days. I used those companies as a means to bounce back quickly when trying to rebuild my personal credit. The business model makes sense for them. They're able to get an upfront fee from you. They're able to sell you a very cheap jewelry product, which they're probably making like 10x plus return on investment on the little low grade jewelry that they're selling you. And then in return, they're giving you a trade line that's going to help your credit. So that was a business model that worked great for them. So I don't believe my jeweler is trying to be funny or trying to scam. What I think is going on is what I mentioned before in the video that I titled, what's going on with FICO 10T. And I gave an in-depth breakdown on what FICO 10T was. This is the new scoring model that is released now from FICO. What they're paying attention to right now is the long-term look back period. So they're looking back 24 months. If you have not seen that video, I'm going to link that up somewhere above. Go check it out. I go in depth. I'm not going to talk about that here, but in a nutshell, there's going to be a lot of changes when it comes to how people manipulate their credit, how people build their credit. A lot of the secrets and the shortcuts that used to work back 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, you're not going to see the same sort of boost in your credit score anymore, because now the credit bureaus and FICO and the lenders, they're paying attention to a lot more data points than they were before. So the days of having a horrible credit score, buying 1 or 2 jewelry accounts, buying 1 or 2 AUs, and thinking that you're just going to get everything that you want in the credit space, those days are gone now. We're not there anymore. What you and I as consumers need to be paying attention to is we need to be building relationships with the grade A tier 1 type of banks. That means these are the type of banks where you can literally walk into and build a relationship. You can get a secure loans from them. You can get credit cards from there. There's a banker there that you can speak with. So what kind of lending institutions are those? Those are your Bank of Americas. Those are your Cities. Those are your Chase. Those are your Wells Fargo. A tier after that, you're looking at now your U.S. Bank. You're looking at your Key Bank, PNC, Capital One, Discover, Navy Fed, USAA, NFCU. The list goes on, essentially. But these are the establishments. These are the lending institutions where you and I, from this point going forward, we need to leave a lot of the consumer finance, low grade, store cards, jewelry account cards. FICO now, with FICO 10T, they are a lot smarter. Lenders, they're a lot smarter. The AUs, the authorized user accounts, they worked super well 5, 6, 7 years ago. Now we can't keep using the same tricks to get the same results because these lenders are now, they're smarter. FICO is smarter. Again, I implore you, please watch my FICO 10T video and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. What's going on right now with MyJewelersClub, AG Jewelers, you're going to see this more and more. Just pay attention over the next few years. A lot of those low grade type of cards, they're just not going to cut it anymore. And at this point, you need to be focusing on the companies that I mentioned before. Try to go for those big banks, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo. Try to go for those type of companies, even if you have to just put down $300, $500 just to get a secured card from them. Even if it takes a year for it to graduate, at least now you have established a relationship with a major bank, because it's going to be Wells Fargo, it's going to be Chase, it's going to be Navy Fed that's going to be able to give you an unsecured line for 20, 30, 40,000. It's not going to be MyJewelersClub that's going to be able to finance you like that. It's not going to be any of these smaller type of store merchant type of cards. They're not going to be able to do anything for you aside from artificially inflate your credit profile. And then when it's time to use that credit profile to get something of substance, like an auto loan, a mortgage, financing for your business, by the time the underwriters see what's on your credit profile, they're going to know the difference between an account from Bank of America and Wells and an account from MyJewelersClub. They don't have the same weight to begin with at all. So again, this was just a rant. I'm kind of freestyling at this point. Just make sure, if you've had one of those cards before, if you had a MyJewelers, if you had any one of these jewelry cards and you were able to get a secured card, or if you were able to get an unsecured card, even if your limit is only a couple grand, good, kudos to you. Leave those other accounts alone. Leave those low tier cards alone. And from this point going forward, everyone just stay on your P's and Q's when it comes to building the relationships with these major financial institutions. Make sure we are not burning bridges in the shortcut mentality of getting accounts and trying to get AUs on your credit profile. Leave that alone as well. I'm not saying that there aren't ways where you can kind of manipulate the system a little bit and have an AU posted to your account so you can go ahead and try to get a different credit card for a higher limit. I'm not saying that it does not work. What I'm saying is there's a law essentially of diminishing return. Do not spend all of your time, money, and energy chasing smaller accounts. That's not going to help you in the long term. All this time that we've been running around trying to find these tricks and these gimmicks and ways to finesse the systems, we could have taken a couple of the secured cards. We could have taken a pledge loan from Navy Federal. If you don't know about that, I'll do a video about that later. We could have taken a couple of the Credit Builder, Credit Strong, Self. I have videos all over my channel about that. So just let's go back to the fundamentals. Let's just go back to the basics. It's not the sexiest. It's not the greatest topics. These aren't the videos that get like 1 million views. They're boring. I get it, but they work. And when we do it the right way from the beginning, which is getting quality accounts, just quality accounts, we're not going to be worried or have anxiety one day when you check your credit profile and you realize, oh man, I spent $200 on this jewelry account and it's no longer reporting. Oh, I got to call people. Like, let's get out of that mind frame. We don't need that anymore. When there are different tricks and when there are different things that I feel that could actually benefit you, I'm going to make sure to be on top of it. I record several times a week. I'm going to make sure to give you the up-to-date when I see it. But as of right now, let's just stick to what works. Let's stick to what the lenders want, because again, check my FICO 10T video. The game is changing. The tricks are not going to work the same way as they did before. So that's the end of my rant. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead and like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe, because again, I'm going to be giving you this type of content to make sure you are in the loop as far as what's working, what's going on with the lenders, what's going on with the credit reporting agencies, you know, the whole nine. Stick with me and stick with this account, and trust me, I'm going to be continuing to give you some very good content. So I will check you out in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.